Hey everybody, so today I wanted to talk to you about why I've decided to use AI to help me improve my life in a bunch of different ways. And one of the first things I think that you have to do before you can really start to change your life is you have to understand yourself as best as you possibly can. And with I think that's going to allow me to get insight on my life that I didn't have before. Because it's almost like having a therapist, right? It's not the same as going to go see a psychologist. And I've gone to therapists before, and they're great, but they're also very time consuming and very expensive. Whereas with AI, and for me in particular, I enjoy ChatGPT is there's the wealth of knowledge that's within ChatGPT that encompasses the knowledge of the internet, which is just so vast at this point in time, it's ridiculous. So why wouldn't I use it? So what I've been doing is I started feeding information into ChatGPT about my life, going all the way back to the beginning, right? The first sentence that I gave it about me is, I was born in the winter of 1971. And I went on from there and I gave a few paragraphs about the early stuff that happened to me, but more about the relationships that I had with my parents, what type of family did I grow up in, blue collar, working class neighborhood, and those types of things. And what I'm finding is just so interesting is the more information that I give ChatGPT to work with, the better answers I'm getting. And it's allowing me to better understand why I've made some of the bad decisions in my life, which I have. There's no question about it. I'm not blaming anybody else. But now I'm starting to understand that these bad decisions were almost predictable because of the environment that I grew up in, because of how I didn't get the parenting that I needed when I was a youngster. That means a lot. It means a lot, and it means more than I ever imagined that it really did. So part of the key to using AI, especially if you want to use it for making yourself a better person, getting to where you want to be, or like somebody in my position where I want to rebuild my life, almost from scratch, almost. Why wouldn't you use AI? I know people are scared saying, oh, there's going to be too many security issues out there if I start putting my information. You know what? Your information is already out there. You're not fooling anybody. You think your shit ain't out there, out on the internet already where nobody can find you? You bumped your fucking head. Your information, my information, everybody's information is out there for anybody to get. It's a digital world. And if you live in a westernized society and you think that you're not already on the grid and everybody doesn't know everything about you or they can't find it if they want to, you're nuts. Because it's there. How many times have you had something pop up on your laptop or on Facebook and it was something that you were talking to somebody else about casually? It wasn't something you were super interested in, but now all of a sudden you're starting to see content that has to do with those conversations that you had because your phone's always listening to you. It's always listening to you. Like I almost guarantee you, because I'm talking about privacy issues on the internet, I'm gonna start getting some type of feedback. I'm gonna start seeing some type of information, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be, about security issues when it comes to your personal stuff. So using AI is a tool. But here's the other thing. I'm really enjoying the process because with ChatGPT, they've got it so that when it talks back to you, it talks back like it knows you. I mean, it is a trip. It knows the name of my dog, my girlfriend, my kids, my ex-wife, and it brings it up conversationally in a way that is just so natural. It just flows. And it's almost scary, but at the same point in time, it's also cool because otherwise, how would I get this information? I can't afford a psychologist. I can't afford it. I do sales for a living. I'm not some rich guy. I don't even barely know how to do this. I'm just learning how to do everything from AI. Like, I didn't know how to make a thumbnail. So you know what I did? I asked ChatGPT, how do I make a thumbnail on Canva? It walked me right through the steps. I was so scared of Canva and doing a thumbnail. I've used Canva before for making other things, but I've never made a thumbnail because the idea of creating a thumbnail, for some reason, it was just so fucking intimidating to me that I couldn't pull the trigger on it. And then I did it, and it turned out pretty darn good. And I got it done in like 20 minutes. And then after that, I was kicking myself going, man, why the fuck didn't you do this before? As usual, nothing's as bad as you ever think it is, just like nothing is good as you ever think it is. And it ain't as hard either. You just got to try. You just have to try. And that's the whole thing, is that I wasn't willing to try. And then when I did, I found out it was hella easy. And even with this YouTube channel, I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'm not getting any views on these videos right now, but I don't care because I know somebody out there is going to hear this and they're going to go, hey, I can use AI also to improve my life. And that's all I care about. I got one person out there and I can teach them how to use AI a little bit better so that they can feel better about themselves, have a better answer. That's fantastic. And that's all that I want. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking to be able to put information out there that's going to help you. It's helping me along the way. So why wouldn't I share this? I've had so much heartache, so much pain, so many different downfalls in my life because when I made a decision that I was unsure of and I didn't have a resource to go to, I didn't know what to do. And unfortunately, I didn't make the best decisions. That has to do with my finances. That has to do with my health. That has to do with romantic relationships. That has to do with my parenting. You name it. And if I would have been able to ask ChatGPT about these situations, I guarantee you I would have made better fucking decisions. Because now what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm putting these questions into ChatGPT and I'm seeing where I made my mistakes. And it's crazy. It's like with relationships. I've been going through this, I've been dating this lady and we're fantastic together. But we're still learning to work things out and better understand one another and how we communicate and what are the past traumas that we've been through that formed us to where we're at. And it's a situation where she and I, we had a misunderstanding on something fairly recently, and there was a communication breakdown. And in the past, I would have taken that very, very personally and just thought to myself, what did I do wrong this time? How did I fuck this up again? Unknowingly. What did I do? And I would have taken it hella personal. But because I was able to put it in the ChatGPT and give it the information about what was going on between the two of us and what were the questions, what were the answers, what was the situations, I came to understand that it wasn't that I necessarily did something wrong. I could have done things better when I was communicating. But it allowed me not to take it personal, because what I found out is she wasn't kind of pushing me away because she didn't love me. She was putting me at arm's distance because she loved me so much that she didn't know how to deal with it, because it was kind of like an emotional overload. If I'd have had that information in my previous relationships, I don't know. Maybe I would still be married. Maybe we could have worked things out. I don't know. I doubt it because, we grew to be different people. And I'm very happy with where I'm at and who I'm with right now. But you have to look back and guess. And you second guess yourself. Would this have helped me if I'd have had this information? The answer is yes. It doesn't necessarily mean that it would have made the relationship work that much faster, or much better, but it might have allowed me to see the situation for what it was and make a decision faster on saying, you know what, this is not the best place for me. It's not the best place for her. It's not the best place for our children. And move on. So when you're using AI, you have to be willing to, you have to be a little bit vulnerable. It's like having a relationship. You have to be vulnerable. If you're not willing to be vulnerable, then it's not going to work. Because AI is only as good as the information that you provided about you. And if you're feeding bullshit into it, it's going to give you false readings. So you have to be open, you have to be honest, and you got to be legit about what you're saying. Because if you're not, it ain't going to work. It's just like everything else that ain't worked in your life. Whenever you weren't genuine, whenever you weren't true, whenever you weren't honest about it, because you didn't want to look at yourself and really get to understand where it is that you fucked up. Hey, I'm preaching to the choir, right? That's me. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to know that I didn't know. I've worked so hard in my life to get to where I'm at, whether it's my intelligence, my health, finances, relationships, you name it. I have worked hard to get to where I'm at, but I'm nowhere near where I should be, and I'm not happy about that at all. And when you get to that point, you can either sit and just accept it and continue to go in those circles where you're fighting yourself, or you can say, you know what, I've got to swallow my pride. And first I got to find out, why am I making these decisions? Why am I not on point with what I'm saying? How are these things going wrong? Because with me, married 3 times, divorced 3 times. The only consistent factor is me. There's no other factors, just me. So I had to swallow that pill and be like, you know what, as much as I like it or don't like it, the truth is, the problem's me. It's not the women that I was marrying, it's me. I'm the problem. I take responsibility. Now, how do I fix it? How do I do that? It's not like this is the first time I've ever asked myself this question. But it's the first time I've ever asked myself this question, been honest with it, and then had a tool that's going to be able to be there for me whenever I want it to be there. And that's the thing about ChatGPT also, is that it remembers who you are. It remembers the information that you have, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to go anywhere. Open up your phone, pick up your laptop, get on your PC, whatever the case may be, and you can start putting the information in right there. There's no waiting. Just put it in. Now, are you ready to receive what's coming back? And when you receive what's coming back, are you ready to do anything with it? Get the information, but what are you going to do with it afterwards? So remember, AI is just a tool. It's just a tool, but I'm using this tool to rebuild my life better, stronger, faster than I've ever been before. And you can too. Now, I'm going to make these mistakes along the way of how to use it, and I'm going to share them with you. But I want you to come on this journey with me, because I'm going to be going through my family and how can I be better to them, relationships with my girlfriend, my health, investing. I don't know anything about investing. I'm 53 years old and I have 0 in my retirement fund. Scares the shit out of me. Well, I got 20 years left to be able to get a retirement and some type of passive income going so that in my quote unquote golden years
I'm not some broke ass motherfucker on the side of the road. I know that I have the ability inside of me, but I don't have the map. And that's been the problem of my life. Anything that I've ever gotten into, I've been successful at. But then it stops. Because I get to a point to where I understand it, and then I don't understand it, and I don't know where to go, and I don't know who to talk to, and I become too fucking scared to ask anybody because of my ego and my pride. And then I stop. And then I find the next thing. Okay, well, this is good too. Let me get with this and jump with that. So I've tried all kinds of things. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on courses and programs
and so forth, etc.
And for whatever reason, I haven't finished any of them. I haven't turned any of them into anything. And that's hard for me to say because I don't like to look at myself like that. I don't like to know that the last thing I bought was a $3,000 course on real estate and on sub 2 and how to do all these other things. And it's great information. But my heart's not into it. Can I do it and be successful at it? Yeah, I probably can. Just because I'm good at talking to people and I understand the basics. But my heart's not into it, so I'm not being consistent. I mean, you name it. I've bought stuff on, oh, here's how to become a drone pilot because I have a drone. I have fun flying around with that. But then you look into how much money you can actually make off of it and so forth, etc. It's like, nah, that doesn't work for me. And I just keep bouncing from one thing to the next, one thing to the next. And I'm sure you're the same way. How many things have you tried? And then you just gave up on them. How much money have you spent on courses or people to help you out and then you didn't turn it into anything?
Right? Exactly.
And that's me.
I'm not saying this because you're different than I am. We're the same. If you're watching this, it's because you've gone through some struggles in life and you're not where you want to be. Either you got a fucked up relationship, your money's bad, your health is bad. There's something that you really need to fix and you don't know how to do it. Well, I'm telling you that ChatGPT can help you get there. I can help you get there. I've been to rock bottom. When I mean rock bottom, I mean losing everything, including my freedom, for almost 5 years. I'm at this point in my life to where I've got so much damn wisdom in my head that I need to start sharing it with other people. Once you've been to rock bottom and you've worked yourself back up, and then you go back down again, I'm not back down to rock bottom. Rock bottom for me is when I was in prison. And you want to talk about being isolated? You want to talk about physical isolation? You want to talk about emotional isolation? You want to talk about having nobody that you know when you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are literally fucking killers? That's some different shit. I've seen people get killed in prison. I've seen people get shanked over nothing. I've seen the riots. I've seen the cops blow people away. I've seen all of that. That was rock bottom for me. Well, that rock bottom for me ended in 2001, and now it's 2025. But I never got past falling to that rock bottom. Even at one point in time, I was worth millions of dollars. And then I lost all of that. Why? Because I didn't know how to make the good decisions of how to deal with my background so that it didn't impact me moving forward. So even if you're an ex-con like I am, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. It just means that you got to try harder. It just means that when a door closes on you and you're in the hallway, yeah, it's all right. I'm going to work on getting another door open. And ChatGPT can help you do that. I can help you do that. I've been there, done that. I've been through it. I've had companies where I've had close to 100 employees. I had a business where we were doing $100,000 a day in revenue. I created an industry in San Jose that I'm no longer a part of. And that kills me. Life is hard. So why not use a tool that can make it easier for you? ChatGPT is that tool. And I'm going to show you that. So the next video that you see, I'm going to start off with finance. I have zero money invested right now. Zero money. And I don't have a whole lot of money to even invest. I'm not rich. I don't make a ton of money. I got 2 kids. I got one that's in college and another one that's about to be in high school. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of money, especially when you live in the most expensive fucking place in the United States. I live in San Jose, the Silicon Valley. I live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's just under 1,200 square feet. And right now on Zillow, it's $1.4 million. Can you fucking believe that? $1.4 million for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, less than 1,200 square feet in a decent neighborhood, but I don't live in no gated community. Nothing like that. This is just a regular ass house in a regular ass suburban area. 1.4 million. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. I spent 4.5 years in prison for a long time for something that I told myself that I didn't do. Well, it wasn't until I got through the self-reflection that I understand that it was all my fault. I've been pushing off responsibility for that for decades. But it's tools like ChatGPT that can help you with these things. So go on this journey with me. I'm not no editing expert. I told you, I barely figured out how the fuck to make a thumbnail. I got this little mic. I'm hoping that, that's doing right for you. I hope this lighting is good. But the truth is, I don't know. I'm learning this. It's imperfect actions. That's the only way I know how to move forward. I'm just going to get sloppy with it. Shout out to Think Media and Sean Cannell. Press the record button. Teach somebody something. Share the experiences that you're going through. That's what I'm going to do with y'all. So, get on this journey with me and let's learn how to use AI together. Because I don't know everything. This is fresh for me too. I'm just learning it. I do have the paid version of ChatGPT. I do have the paid version of Gemini. They're going to help me be a better person. But it's just a tool. I have to put the work in. And I have to be open to taking it's almost criticism sometimes from AI of just showing you where your mistakes are. Again, it's like having a therapist and a best friend all wrapped up in one. And it's there for you. It is there for you 24/7. You just have to use it. So again, let's go on this journey together because I'm rebuilding my life with AI. So like the channel, subscribe, hit those notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. Right now I'm putting out about 1 video a week on average. But anytime something comes up, I'm just going to make a video and put it out there for y'all. But I will be doing at least 1 video every single week to keep you up to date on where I'm at. Remember, I got a full-time job. I got 2 kids. I got a dog, 2 cats. I got a busy life. But I'm going to find time to do this because it's important to me. But even more so than that, I want it to be important to you. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, Till next time, this is Ed with Rebuilding My Life with AI. Bye, y'all.